called Performers Alley, and this is on the View Stub platform. So we're just trying to, people who can't get down here, they can watch the concert, and we're trying to do little extra things by, talking with our hosts and chit chatting and whatnot. And so I understand we're live, and I'm gonna turn things right back to you, Robert.
Okay, so we gonna roll theme.
Oh yeah, we're live right
Okay,
now.
stand by.
Now, a quick word about our new association of the Music Arts Network and the Alvas Showroom. Shout out to Matt and the gang out there and the fabulous Alvas Showroom here in wonderful San Pedro. Dale, gang, a great saxophonist once said, a good quartet is like a good conversation among friends interacting to each other's ideas. Well, that was Cannonball Adderley. Tonight, get ready to have a plethora of great conversations as Dale and his quartet are celebrating 27 years as a group and over 20 CDs and special recordings. I welcome back to the Alvas Showroom the Dale Fielder Quartet. Hey, Dale, how's it going?
Going real well. Well, yeah, glad to be here. Good to see you,
Oh
Robert.
man, it's great. It's great. I hope it's not too wet for you guys down there. It's wet out here.
I heard that. Yeah, I think it was just drizzling a little bit, but yeah, it's not bad.
Wow, I wish I could see the people there, but tell them the next time. I'll see them the next time. But tonight,
Great.
we got a special treat for you. Dale and his group is going to really be blowing some cool ones for you. Dale, who are these cats and the beautiful kitten you got with you this evening?
Okay. Well, the quartet, we call ourselves the DFQ. As you mentioned, we're in our 27th year. We actually were formed New Year's Day, 1995, and that was when our illustrious pianist, Miss Jane Getz, joined us. And that was the final piece, and Jane has been with us ever since. On bass, of course, is one of the the busiest bassists in town. We call the guy who we call the Countmeister, Bill Markus, and of course on drums, the gentleman we call Mr. Taste, Thomas White is our drummer.
Wow. Wow. Jane, is that Jane Getz? Is she related to Stan Getz?
No, that's which is really funny. That's the name of one of her CDs. No relation. But Jane actually did play for a number of years with Stan Getz.
Is that right?
Yeah, and I could only imagine what confusion that must have caused people, at the time. He's like, I bet is that your daughter, or whatever.
Exactly.
But yeah, she was with him for many years, as well as pretty much everybody that in jazz, And my favorite story is when I picked up the Jazz Times. I was reading a Sonny Fortune interview when they were talking about his first time in New York, and him, a young alto player, and he was playing with Elvin Jones at a club that was called Poobies, back in the day. And he said, "Oh man, I was just so intimidated by these New York people, man. There was Freddie Hubbard on trumpet, Joe Henderson on tenor, and Ron Carter on the bass, and Jane Getz on piano." Now I'm reading, I'm like, "Oh, Jane Getz. I think I picked the phone up right then and called Jane. I said, "Hey Jane, will you ever play at Poobies with Elvin Jones?" She's like, "Yeah, I remember that gig." So
Wow,
yeah,
I
yeah.
bet that
So
was exciting. Just just
yeah,
just being in that kind of a royalty jazz royalty environment, right?
yeah, yeah. Well, Jane, of course, started her career with Charles Mingus,
That's what I
and
heard.
and yeah, she was part of the jazz workshop, and went on to play with just anybody and everybody, and actually, you let people know to pick up her book. She wrote a book about all of this, and it's entitled "Running with the Big Dogs."
Wow, wow. And they can pick that up at their favorite bookstore or
Or Amazon.
download
You can go right
place.
on Amazon and pick it up.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's right, Jane, huh? Right? Right, okay.
Oh well, I hear that you guys might play that tune that you wrote specifically for me called "The Hipster." Is that going to be played tonight, or one of the
Well,
cuts off of
we
that
would like to.
album?
I've written so many tunes. It's like I forget a lot of things that I've written until you first mentioned it. And I was like, man, I need to bring that tune back out. That's a very interesting. I think it's in 7/4 time or something. But we'll definitely do it next time for sure.
Well, okay. I know anything that you guys play. I was listening to you last night. You had an opportunity to be celebrate Billy Higgins'
Oh
birthday at
man,
the
yeah.
world famous world stage. How was that? How was that gig?
That was an incredible gig last night. We played as part of the Marvin Smitty Smith Sextet, which had
Wow.
Chris Lowry on trumpet, myself on alto, the great Ralph Moore was on tenor, and this young guy named Adam Ledbetter. My goodness, he was just awesome pianist, and of course Edwin Livingston. And when Smitty on drums, man, I can't tell you what it's like, to yeah. Oh, I'm hearing myself, huh? Just to stand up there and you're playing, and you have Marvin Smitty Smith, behind you pushing you.
Wow. But you played with some great drummers yourself, man.
Oh well,
Mr.
yeah,
Taste, boy, I tell you,
yeah, oh
he's one of
yeah.
my
For
favorite
27
drummers of
years,
all that's been in your group. You used to play with a guy named OC Johnson, or was it OC Davis?
yeah, yeah. It's O.C. Davis, the third.
Boy, that guy was
Yeah.
something else.
Hey, Robert. Let me see. We got some feedback going, Dave. Can we get that fixed?
It's, I don't hear it, so it must be in your mic.
Yeah, it's tripping everybody out here.
Oh, okay, it's really loud, eh?
No, what's happening is I'm saying something, and then it's like 15 seconds later you hear it.
When you're going between two platforms, that might be something to do with it. I'm not sure. Well, they got experts there.
Yeah, so yeah, they'll get it together.
How we
But
doing on time there, Dale?
yeah, we got about another 5, 6, 7 minutes to go. And one thing about the DFQ, we start on time.
Exactly. Let me ask you something about that. One of the albums that you produced a couple of years ago or so. Was it called Resilience?
Oh yeah, that was
You had a
yeah.
vocalist on there. What's going on? How is she still
Yeah.
around?
No, I think she moved. It's like one of the great mysteries that everybody's trying to figure out where Rita Edmond, she just like disappeared from the scene,
Fabulous vocalist.
But she's yeah, yeah. So and that CD, Resilience, was our 20th anniversary double CD, which,
Wow.
by the way, we have here available in the back there. My lovely wife is in the corner with all our CDs, and they're all for sale, for anybody interested. I'm always doing help the starving musician thing, so But yeah, that was a great double CD, and it featured her. But my last CD, which was that followed that in for 2019, really featured her even more prominently, and it was a concept that I was trying to integrate vocals with what we do,
Right.
and yeah.
That was a fabulous album. I really enjoyed that. What's on the horizon for the DFQ?
Well, we just all we want to do is just continue as we have been doing for 27 years, which is just to continue to play. This has been sort of a forum for me as a composer because I write very prolifically. As like if I don't write something every day, I feel something's wrong. And I mean I even do sketches. And then, like a year later, I'll look back at a sketch and able to write a new tune from it. But this is a great environment to be able to write and just have the cooperation of these wonderful people who play it. And I've come to realize that I'm actually writing for them. You get used to their unique capabilities and whatnot. Like taking Thomas, our drummer, for instance. He's what makes him very unique is I call him a multi-directional drummer. Sort of like Jack DeJohnette, that kind of style. I mean, he can play odd meter rhythms and it sounds very natural to him. Whereas most drummers that have tried to play some of my odd meter tunes, it just don't quite catch the concept.
Right.
So that's what I do. I have had opportunities to audition and perform for like Art Blakey and his Jazz Messengers, Horace Silver, Lionel Hampton's big band, and I've turned all those things down to remain with this group because as a musician, this is really what makes me tick more so than being able to write and then perform your own music rather than music of somebody else and being a sideman. And that sort of comes from the philosophy of Thelonious Monk, who always said, you should, if you write, you should play your own tunes.
Yeah, I agree with that. Hey, I would like to double back to something you said earlier. You say you write for specific people, the band members themselves. That goes directly back to a guy named Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington,
who wrote specially for Jeep or Juan Tizol or some of the other guys in the band and stuff. Cat Anderson or Cootie Williams or somebody like that.
That's the result of having a band because it comes through the process of osmosis. I mean, I'm not consciously doing it. It comes very naturally because you're going to go out on the weekend and play with these people, and I didn't even realize I was doing that until at one point I just said, yeah, I'm actually writing specifically. This is something I know Jane would do, or something Bill would do, in that kind of thing.
And that's all caused by the experience that you've had over these period of years.
Of having a band, of keeping a band that stays together, and that's like Duke, I mean, of course he was on a much more higher level where he paid to keep that band together and having it. Paying these guys to play his music, it just became a thing,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, hey.
We're getting
Dale, I guess it's about that time for you guys to kick off. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to turn it over to you. Welcome back, gang. As we hope you're having a lot of fun out there. I hope they can hear me. As we are tonight. Time for our uninterrupted set. For the viewing pleasure. Now back to the Alvas Room with DFQ. I'm gonna let you take it away, Dale.
All right, thanks, Robert. Okay, so they told me to use this mic because this accomplishing two things, so you guys can hear me as well as the live stream, and we're gonna start things off with an old composition written, I think, in 1952 3 by the great Gigi Gryce. Tune that he wrote for the jazz baroness. Nica, I can never pronounce her last name. Königswarter, I believe, is as close as I can come. But it's entitled Nica's Tempo.
Wow. What a show. Thanks, guys. Dale and the fellas and the Foxy chick. Wow. What a show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you missed this show tonight, well, I don't know what to tell you. Other than the fact, come on over to our page at Performers Alley. And we're going to be having more shows like this at least a couple of times a month. So bring your friends, bring anybody you know that loves jazz, because the quality where art never ends and the quality never drops. It steadily goes on the climb. And we want to thank all those individuals here this evening. I thank Matt and his gang over at the Alvas Showroom for helping us put this great show on and allowing us to come into his home, into his facility, and deliver this great music to our fans and fellow friends out there. Also, I'd like to thank Dale and his band, DFQ. Happy 27 years. That's a long time for anybody's band. And that's a really long time. To go along with that 27 years or over 20 CDs and recordings. So a phenomenal evening of music and jazz. Hopefully, we might get a few words in before he takes off. Other than that, we're going to say goodnight to you all and appreciate you.
How about a thank you to you, Robert? I mean, man, you have just chaired this whole thing, man. And, you know, our initial event here on Performers Alley. And we really hope to keep this going. We've been fortunate enough that Matt is allowing us to do it live from here. You never know. I mean, we have the great Ralph Moore in the audience tonight.
Oh my
man.
goodness!
You know, I wish he had brought his horn. I would have got him up here. But you know, maybe we can do something with him. You know, next time. You know.
Oh yeah.
So, this is really a maiden voyage, and we just really appreciate everybody's input and support.
Well, thank you guys again.
Hey, Robert.
Yes.
Ralph wants to say a few words here. Yeah, come on up, man.
Yeah, come on up.
Yeah.
I just want to say what a pleasure it is to hear Dale and the quartet tonight. They sounded wonderful, and you know, we need more of this music happening in the area and more in the airwaves too. And so I was very happy to come down and hear Dale tonight. It was wonderful.
You know,
wow.
I mean, yeah, this is one of my influences. Yeah, so really glad that you came down, man. Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. You know, we can open this thing up. Who knows who we'll have next, but we want to keep it going. And, man, Robert, you did just such a fantastic job, man, of keeping it together, man. You know, we don't call you the hipster for nothing.
Well, I appreciate that, guys. And I had fun with a big F. You know, I tell you, I'm really blown away. And you know, and thanks, Jock, for coming by to say hello too, because I don't get a chance to see him enough. You know,
because
he's such a busy guy.
Oh wow, man! Yeah. One of jazz's great guitar players. Yeah, that's my man, Jacques. Yeah, I'm so glad he did that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, I was really glad to see him down here, and of course I was glad to see Ralph as well. I was surprised. I know I saw him last night on the show you guys did together, but I didn't expect to see him again back to back. But it's too bad he did bring his horn, you know. But hey, there's always the next one, right?
There's always the next one.
Now we're gonna make.
Well, see, that's how important last night was. You know, Marvin Smith's sextet. You know, and you know, he is vowing to keep us all together, because that was a very powerful. I mean, you were there, so you know what I'm talking about, and I think it just kind of bonded all of us in a really special way. You know,
I'm glad. And the glue was Billy Higgins.
Yes, yeah. And what better person to do it?
What better person?
Marvin Smitty Smith.
Exactly, and the opportunity that he presented to the community to have music still going strong after 20-some plus years, probably 30 now.
Yeah.
The stage is close to 30 now, isn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
Wow. You've been there around 27, so it has to be close to 30.
Yeah. It's amazing. I mean, just that whole area, and of course, you know, the Fifth Street Dicks, you know,
Fifth Street Dicks,
Fulton, man.
That's our
great club owners, you know. Yeah.
That's where I first heard you. Mm-hmm. And all praises due, and rest in peace to our man Dan Bag of Soul.
Oh yeah, my partner. Yeah,
your partner in crime.
Yeah, it's been hard. I don't think I've had another trumpet player since him until, oh God, it was almost like, what, 20 years, and then we finally had Nolan Shahid, join us, for a minute. And we
That's
did the tribute quintet, we did the music of
exactly.
Donald Byrd, Pepper Adams, and but yeah, Dan Bagasol was just I called him Buddha Bless because he was just, man, he was a beautiful guy, and he came out of Clifford
Man.
Brown. He was a real true extension of Clifford Brown on that trumpet.
Yeah, he loved Clifford and he loved Lee Morgan.
Oh yeah, yeah. Freddie, all of them. Well, we love all. There's so many masters to
So
love,
many bad guys, but we sit out there till 6 in the morning talking music in front of
Yeah,
drinking coffee all
yeah,
night long.
yeah. That was his thing. Cause we had the after hours session from midnight to 4 a.m. and I always tell, when the gig is over, 4:30 in the morning. He said, "Come on, man, let's go to Tommy's, get those chili dogs, man." That was
Well, we know better than to do that now, right?
yes, sir.
Eating
Yeah,
it kind of late at night. You don't want to eat a
yeah.
chili dog.
Yeah, but it's a thing, when you play like this, it's all this energy is that you're opening yourself, to like the music of the spheres that are it's just coming through you,
Right.
and I mean it's like almost like an adrenaline thing, and after the gig, man, that's why all musicians are so hungry, man. They want to go somewhere and eat, and yeah, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Dale, I just want to say this while I'm talking to you. You are a tremendous writer of jazz compositions that tell the best stories like a good mystery novel on a black and white film noir classic in search of a movie. That's how I
Wow.
see it when I listen to your music. And I always wanted to tell you that. And your
Oh,
ability to move in between the emotions and high dramatic content, dropping or dripping with swing and ballads, man. I
wow.
just dig your sound. And I hope
Thank you.
people will go out and go pull up Clarion Music and go and pick out a few CDs from his catalog,
Hmm.
because this man has an extensive array. There's something in
Yeah.
there for everyone's taste. I
Yeah,
guarantee that.
ClarionJazz.com. Got to get that
ClarionJazz.com.
in there.
Exactly. Make sure you get the .com in there. It's not org or net.
Yeah,
It's .com.
yeah. And we had a CD that's very, very successful. Matter of fact, it was the pianist Danny Grissette's very first recording, and it's named after Robert's nickname, the hipster, and so that's a CD
And you
that
know
is
who
still
gave me that
selling.
name? Jacques Lejour.
Jacques. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Okay.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
gonna have to go. I got to go down and play with him Monday night. I see that right now.
Yeah, he
Down at the
gave me that.
lighthouse.
Well, it was me and my buddy that started the Jazz Society down there, Glenn Davis.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Man, the
just kept the
job you
name
guys
because I
did
dug
down
it.
there. Yeah. What you guys did. Like nobody knew who I was, but I came there. And the work you all did, those people were lined outside the door all the way around the corner trying to get in to get in. That we had to empty the
One set
audience
out.
each set just to
Yeah,
accommodate everybody, man. It was
exactly. It was a
awesome.
small space,
Yeah, you cats were something, man.
and it was a whole weekend.
Well, anyway, I guess we better. I'm gonna
I
sign
guess
off
the
and try to
clock on
pack
the
up these
wall says
horns.
it's about that time, huh?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But this has been a lot of fun, and man,
Well,
just thank you for being a part of it, and thanks to Dave Cousins and his wonderful crew, Tyra and forget my man,
let's say I'll give a shout out to Matt and
Calvin,
his
yeah,
gang.
yeah. Yeah, it's a great. Oh, and Linda, Sam as well, and yourself.
Oh, absolutely. Thank you so much.
All right, I'm gonna sign off there, Robert. Thanks so much, man.
Thank
And I'm
you.
gonna
And
turn
for
it back
those
over to you.
that can hang around, if you want to go hang out at our Facebook page, it's on Facebook. It's called Performers Alley on Facebook, and come in there. You'll see artworks, videos. We're going to be adding a lot more chat rooms and different type of subject matter as it pertains to performances, anything pertaining to performances, including poetry. So we're going to be doing a lot of things down the road, but right now we want to thank all of you for coming out this evening and saying good night. Thank you there, Dave. Thank you, Tyra. Bye-bye from Riverside.